Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. For today's valued viewer question, we've got here from Schweizer Lust. Hi Cap, can you recreate the Mach 3 interception? Would be fun. The movie begins at 7:56, but the beginning, which shows how they make it, is interesting too. It's a short film by Dan and Andy, and I got a link there. Now, I've gone and watched that, and it's a really good watch, but I'm not going to give that link to you yet, because I'm actually going to do a separate video. I've invited these guys onto the Grim Reapers, and we're going to do a separate video about that. What I can tell you is it's kind of a Hollywood bastardized version of what we're looking at today, which is the early 80s kind of pseudo-interceptions of the SR-71 on its high-altitude reconnaissance flights by JA-37 interceptors of the Swedish Air Force, and that's what we're looking at. So that is, like I said, a Hollywoodized version, lots of shouting, lots of, excitement, burners and flames and missiles and stuff. Obviously, the reality is much less exciting, and we're going to look at the reality today. Now, we've got a very good article here, Cold War Showdown. I'm not going to read it all out because it's pages and pages and pages. But if you like, the shortened version is that, obviously, the SR-71 for the Americans was running reconnaissance missions, not over, but if you like, alongside the Soviet bloc, and we had side-mounted air-to-ground radar and various camera equipment and stuff like that. For spying, it was the best way of getting decent pictures along with early satellites. And the Swedish Air Force took it on themselves to develop fighters that could have the potential of shooting down SR-71s. Now, they never actually wanted to shoot down SR-71s, but it was a good benchmark, because if they could shoot down SR-71s, then they could shoot down MiG-25s, which had similar performance in some ways to the SR-71, obviously MiG-25 being a Soviet interceptor. When I conducted the first Swedish Air Force intercept of an SR-71, the target had completed its northbound pass off the Soviet coastline. So imagine the Soviet bloc, imagine a south to north pass, and it would have had its air-to-ground radar shooting out of its starboard side and its various cameras and stuff like that. And then it turned west. So it's going to turn west kind of over the Baltic, over kind of Scandinavia to get back to the US. South of the Finnish island of Åland, and was tracking south of a heading that would take it between Gotland and Öland. The data link from the fighter controller was on. So we're talking about data link between the JA-37 and the equivalent of the GCI on the ground. And I lined up for a head-on attack with a target at an angle of 180 degrees because the closing speeds of these aircraft, which have never been superseded in tactical use, are so high. You've got a SR-71 going Mach 3, you've got a JA-37 going Mach 2. With a Mach 5 closing speed, the only way that you could launch any type of pseudo-attack on these things was directly head on, and if the SR-71 deviated even a few degrees, then the attack wouldn't work, simply because of the massive closing speeds and adjustments that are required. And as you're about to see, aeroplanes don't like it up there. The SR-71 liked it up there, everything else hates it up that high. From my altitude of 8,000 meters, 25,000 feet, I accelerated to Mach 1.35 and then pulled up very gently, continuing to accelerate up to between Mach 1.7 and Mach 2, topping out between 18,500 and 20,000 meters, about 65,000 feet. All the target data was on my map display, including radar detection of the target at maximum range. These JA-37s had radars. They weren't the best in the world, but they had radars that could see at maximum range, which when I locked on immediately afterwards, I simulated missile launches. No missiles were ever fired, obviously, the countries weren't at war, but they could simulate, whether the missile would have hit or not. The closing velocity was very high, between Mach 4.5 and Mach 5. The SR-71 was flying at Mach 2.98, so Mach 3, and about 71,000 feet. Now, the SR-71 could go faster than that, and it could go higher than that, but these are typical cruising speed and altitude for the SR-71, about 70,000 ASL and about Mach 3. Now, I would love nothing more than to go and jump in a JA-37 and try and intercept an SR-71 in DCS. Of course, we don't have those aircraft, and we don't have anything that's even really simulates them. So we're going to do the best we can. The fastest aircraft we have in DCS world is the MiG-31, and we can get it at its optimal of Mach 2.84, so not too far away from that, at a less 56,000 feet ASL, so we can't get up to the 70. Now, the plane can fly that high, but it can't fly fast, at least not in DCS. It's just not modeled to do it. So we're going to do 56,000 feet, which is still bloody high, as you'll see. And we're going to try and intercept it. Now, annoyingly, we don't have the JA-37. What we do have is an AGS-37, the ground attack version of the Viggen, and now that is hopeless. It's completely configured for low altitude, and we can't even get it above about 50,000 feet before its engines shut down. So that's not going to work. Instead, we think we're going to use a Tomcat, and we're going to load it up with period correct weaponry from 1981, in that we are going to be going for a Fox 1 derivative, a AIM-7 Foxtrot, and we're going to see if we can shoot down this MiG-31. I really don't know if we can or we can't, and it's going to be all about timing. If you read this document, to get the JA-37 in place at the right time, they would have to take off exactly the right time, on exactly the right course, climb at exactly the right time to be able to be in the firing envelope. And that's what the skill is going to be. Anyone could just pull back on a stick and fly up, but timing it so that we don't run out of energy, because all we're going to do is fly up there, run out of energy, and fall back down, basically, on our asses. And we've got to get that timing right and hope the hostile doesn't turn away or do anything like that. See if we can get a shot off with an AIM-7M. Any predictions, Super RC?
I'm going to say it's going to be hard to catch that plane.
I think it's going to be really hard to catch that plane as well, but we'll see. Right, stand by. Okay, so here is the experiment. We've got the hostile. Here's a MiG-31. Here's a Mach 2. It says 2.78. Annoyingly, I got 2.854 when I was doing my own calculations, but I guess this is right, so let's say Mach 2.8. 56,000 feet, and he's just going to fly towards us and kind of see what happens. We've got our carrier here. We're going to scramble from our carrier because we've got 14s. Now, interestingly, our 14s, we've had to weigh them down. They're too powerful to be the equivalent of a JA-37. So we've weighed them down with ordnance to give them, to the nearest couple of £100, the correct power to weight ratio that a JA-37 would have, assuming it would have a couple of sky flashes, which is the equivalent of basically the AIM-7F. So this is as close as we can find a ways of doing this. The other interesting thing is that is the Black Sea, and this guy at this speed will cover 200 nautical miles in less than 10 minutes. So we've got to time this perfectly, turn our takeoff to intercept him. So we've got to look 200 miles ahead is what I'm saying, which sounds ridiculous, but at those speeds, that's what you've got to do. RC, I'm ready. Let's check on the progress. God, he's moving fast, RC. He is moving fast. Dear as damn it, Mach 3 is coming towards us. That's going to be ugly. Right, we're pretty much just going to scramble, RC, so let me just check his distance now. He's going to be on a true heading of 235. He's now 140 miles, so I think it's time to go, RC. Take off when ready, and we're going to get up to... Yep, take off when you're ready. I'm coming too. Okay, we've got to get up to... Oh my god. Ooh. We've got to get up to...
Blackout.
I'm trying to remember what the guy said. Get up to 20,000 feet, 20,000 feet first, and then at 20,000 feet, we're going to get to Mach 1.35. So 20,000 feet first, please. You might want to put your gear in, RC, just a suggestion.
I'm not in? No.
Whoops, how embarrassing. Don't even think about dumping that ordnance, that's not allowed. Cap selecting, Sparrow. Getting one master arms ready. Going to get that TED ready. PID, whatever. Okay, let's start setting a radar up. Data link on. Right, we're going to ask him to slew up. Okay, I'm scanning high. Right, let's try and find him, RC. I see him slightly right, skewed left a little bit.
Yep.
Wow, that's a good start. Right, I'm going to try and STT him. He's 80 miles and closing a Mach lots. Shows how hard this is, because I already feel like I'm running out of energy.
87 miles.
I think we need to get fast now, so let's level out and get fast. Try and get our wings back. Okay, wings are back now.
Right, just hitting on one.
Managed to get a little bit more speed than you, so I'm just going to go with it. Let's go, RC. Bang, bang. We're aerodynamically as fast as we're going to go with these bombs on, so I'm going to start going high. Jesus is close. He's really close, RC. I'm going to start trying to lock now.
Yep.
Roger.
Lock him, lock him.
STT.
I've got STT! Yay!
Miles.
I reckon we can do this. Look at that. Mach 5 closure rate, or Mach 4 closure rate actually at the moment, but still bloody impressive.
Yep, I've got STT on.
I'm getting a solution coming. I'm going to get a solution.
Are we close enough or not?
I'm at 30,000 feet. For some reason I don't have a hot trigger and I'm too dumb to realise why. So you're going to have to go for the shot. My TAD is just shot down. What the fuck? There it is. Missile, Fox 1, Cap Fox 1 at 20 miles.
That's a Foxhound.
I wonder if he's slowed down. No, he's still with max attack 2.8. Missiles out. Look at that missile go, RC. Cap. Fox 2, 10 miles.
Miles.
Fox 2.
Switching to pulse lock mode.
Ah!
PSTT.
Going in with guns. Ah, he's speed me.
We have a bandit. Foxhound. 12 o'clock high.
I'm catching up with him. I'm in space, RC. Jesus, this plane.
Damn fast.
Oh, merged. Oh my god, my plane is just... What am I
I
at?
can't do it.
40,000. It's still above me. Tally, no, I'm stalling, I'm dropping out the sky.
I stalled.
I stalled. God damn it. Yeah, I'm out. I'm down. And that shows how impossible this is. Did he survive? Yeah, he's just trundling along.
He did.
Mach 2.8, didn't even flinch.
Those missiles couldn't catch him.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to pause now, and we're going to have a little chat about that. That's the first time we tried it, and it shows how hard this is. And this isn't even high or fast. This is Mach 2.8. This is 56,000 feet with the same sky flashes that they would have used in the real thing, with the same power to weight that they would have used. The JA-37s would have been slightly more slippery because we've got some big bombs trying to weigh us down. But all in all, I don't reckon there was that much in it in terms of the performance of this and a JA-37. We traded all of our kinetic energy for height, just for that one snapshot. We took our snapshot, one at 20 miles, one at 10 miles. And the missile is just not fast enough, that missile, to get up high enough and hit him, and for us to keep the radar locked, because at some point he's going to be notching our radar, I imagine. We're going to lose the radar track, and we can try it again. I mean, that's 200 miles. We had 200 miles.
The missiles need to be out sooner. He's moving so fast, He may fly into the missiles.
Okay, we'll try again. Again, we're taking off when he's at 200 miles. That's how much lead we're giving this guy. Cab ready, off you go, RC.
Ready?
Yeah, the guy's about 170 miles away, maybe a bit more. Cab rolling. I see you in here. Oh, see you in here. Gear up. Flaps up. We're slightly ahead of where we were last time, so we might get a bit more time. Yeah, I'm right, but you're right behind me. Woo! Tomcat. 500 knots, 15,000 feet. Oh, I've got the guy on the radar. Okay, we're doing much better than last time. 100 miles, 100 miles. Magnetic heading 260. 22,000 feet. I reckon we're going to make it this time.
No can do.
Bandit 235, 88 miles.
400 knots, 25,000 feet. Getting into cons shortly. Cap STT.
Okay. I have a lock.
STT.
74 miles.
74 miles. Closing. Cap. 31,000 feet and climbing. Okay, we've got him this time. 34 here and accelerating. Power monster. 55 miles. 35,000 feet. About 60% of his altitude. 38,000 feet. I'm going to fire at 30 miles. 30 miles. Cap. Fox 1 sky flash. Sky flash out. 40,000 feet. 40,000 feet. I'm getting slow now.
Yeah,
I'm starting to struggle.
firing.
Cap 20 miles. Sky flash out. Fox 1. Come on, baby. It's going above us, RC. It's going above us. Guns, guns, guns. Missiles are tracking.
Switching to pulse lock mode.
Missiles are tracking.
I lost lock.
Oh,
45,000 feet.
come on, baby.
Ah, he's notching. He's notching. Guns, guns, guns.
Got one more missile coming towards him.
Ah, it's so hard.
Nope.
I've stalled. I've stalled him out.
Party time.
God damn it. It's too hard. 80 knots. And I'm on my way back down. Even the mighty Tomcat can't do it, RC.
Yeah, I see him going by.
Mick's just like,
I'm done.
sorry, I'm sorry, did something happen? Mach
Flat
3. I'm still facing upwards. No, I'm facing down. It shows the superiority and why at least in these old days, with missiles that we're looking at here, and I don't think you do this against NAMRAM, I don't think you could do this against Phoenix, maybe, but back when you're firing Fox 1s at each other, it shows how you get speed, you get high enough, you get enough speed, you're invincible, basically, as the SR-71 was. Nothing could have ever touched it. Hope you enjoyed that, and see you later.